Godwill Kukonki is set to be named in Manchester United's squad to face Arsenal on Wednesday. Kukonki was pictured travelling down with the squad to London on Tuesday afternoon, but he also travelled to Portman Road for Ruben Amorim's first game in charge and wasn't named on the bench. The Manchester Evening News can now confirm Kukonki will be named in the United squad for the first time against Arsenal, which will represent a huge milestone in his career. Kukonki was involved in Amorim's first training session at Carrington, and he's understood to have impressed United's new head coach, who has promoted him to first-team sessions. Although Kukonki is just 16, he stands at 6'5", and the Men reported in October he was seen as a player who possesses the technical and physical qualities needed for senior football. Kukonki did not take part in the warm-up when he travelled to Portman Road last month, but will get that opportunity at the Emirates following his first proper inclusion in the squads. Luke Shaw has been ruled out for a few weeks due to a small setback, and Noussair Mazraoui wasn't spotted travelling down to London, casting doubt over his availability. Harry Maguire wasn't involved with the under-21s against Rochdale on Tuesday, and there was speculation he could be involved against Arsenal due to Shaw's absence. However, sources have confirmed Maguire didn't play for the U21s due to a dead leg, and confirmed he isn't in the first-team squad. Amorim ended Sporting Lisbon's 19-year wait for a league title during his time in Portugal, and his trust in young players from the club's academy underpinned his success. United hired Amorim because they believe he is one of the finest young coaches in Europe, and his proven track record of developing young players was seen as a desirable quality. Manchester United will head to Arsenal without Luke Shaw, who confirmed he had been dealt another injury setback less than 24 hours before the clash. Ruben Amorim was hoping to start the left-back for the first time since taking over, but the England international took to social media to confirm he'd be spending several more weeks on the sidelines. Shaw is one of several United stars who will miss the trip to London. Lisandro Martinez and Kobbie Mainoo both picked up yellow cards in the win over Everton and will each serve a one-match suspension. Leny Yoro, though, could make his competitive debut for the Manchester outfit after months on the sidelines. The summer signing picked up an injury in pre-season and hasn't been able to feature for the club since making his big money move from Lille, but Amorim is now looking to use the teenage defender and has underlined his excitement at seeing him return. He said maybe Leny Yoro is going to be in the squad. I felt he's in a good moment now, his fitness is better, so I think he is going to be in the squad. We didn't have too many trainings together. He's training not alone but with a small group of players. He's really fast, but he's a modern defender, and that is good when you want to press high. I think he is a special talent, but we have to be careful in this first moment. The Emirates has not been a happy hunting ground for the Manchester outfit in recent years. On each of their last 3 visits, they've conceded 3 times, but will have taken a huge dose of confidence from their 4. 0 win over Everton at the weekend, with Marcus Rashford back among the goals. He is set to be part of an attack that also features Rasmus Højlund and Bruno Fernandes. Manuel Ugarte, meanwhile, is looking to show his value in midfield. The summer signing was part of Amorim's Sporting Lisbon outfit 2 years ago and is more than comfortable operating in it. A win for the Red Devils would see them close to within 3 points of Arsenal, who sit second, as they look to quickly put their poor start to the season behind them. Manchester United have opened talks to sign Victor Gyokeres, but bitter rivals Manchester City are now trying to hijack the deal. Gyokeres is set to be one of the hottest names in the January transfer window, having scored 24 goals in 21 games for Sporting Lisbon so far this season. That follows his debut campaign last year, in which he scored 43 times to fire Sporting to the Primeira Liga title. The manager who brought him to Portugal was Ruben Amorim, who has now taken over at United. One of the biggest weaknesses in the Red Devils squad is widely seen as being at striker. That could lead to the Portuguese coach prioritising the position in the January transfer market, which opens in less than a month. Gyokeres is thought to be one of his top targets, having worked so closely with the Swedish international. According to Sky Germany, United have opened initial preliminary talks with Sporting over a move. The Red Devils are said to be actively interested in signing the 26-year-old star. But a potential stumbling block is the interest of City, who also want Gyokeres. Incoming sporting director Hugo Viana is understood to find Gyokeres very exciting, with City having space for an alternative to Erling Haaland. They allowed Julian Alvarez to join Atletico Madrid in the summer and not replace the Argentine. City are now 11 points adrift of Premier League leaders Liverpool, with a major rebuild expected. Gyokeres' contract at Sporting does not expire until 2028, handing the Portuguese champions a strong negotiating position. There is a release clause of around £83 million in that deal, but a gentleman's agreement between the striker and club chiefs means that a bid nearer the £66 million would likely be considered. Gyokeres has already spoken out on moving to United, hinting he is happy with life at Sporting. He said when Amorim left, going with Amorim to Man United, "I don't know, I'm here, I really like being here. It's not something I think about. I'm enjoying it here. I'm sad about him leaving. We wish him all the best." Amorim has also tried to avoid commenting on the prospect of signing Gyokeres. He told TNT Sports while still in charge of Sporting, "I can't make fun of it right now. It was hard for me to leave. If I start joking about this Gyokeres situation, I'll get in trouble. This is my city, this is my country, so I'll respect it. Victor has to stay until the end of the season, and then his life maybe is going somewhere else." Manchester United have completed their final training session at Carrington before travelling to London for tomorrow's Premier League fixture against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. The squad underwent rigorous preparations as they aimed to secure a crucial victory in one of the season's most anticipated matches. The players were seen arriving early at the training ground with spirits high despite the pressure of the fixture. Under the watchful eye of manager Ruben Amorim, the team focused on maintaining discipline, fitness and cohesion. The session included set-piece routines, passing drills and strategic exercises aimed at fine-tuning their gameplay for the encounter. The club's medical staff worked closely with several players to ensure their readiness for the game. Lisandro Martinez, who had been dealing with a minor injury, participated fully in today's session and is expected to make the trip. However, long-term absentees like Victor Lindelof and Tyrell Malacia remain unavailable for selection. After training, the players returned home to finalise their preparations before assembling for their departure to London. The squad is scheduled to leave Manchester by flight later this evening, with team officials ensuring smooth travel arrangements. Arsenal vs Manchester United is scheduled for kick-off at 4:30 p.m. UK time tomorrow, with both teams vying for vital points in the race for top positions. Manchester United's new head coach Ruben Amorim has hailed Noussair Mazraoui as the club's future, even though he isn't especially impressed with the defender in training. Mazraoui arrived in August as one of the less heralded of United's 5 major summer signings, signing from Bayern Munich for a fee of around £12.8 million, potentially rising to £17.1 million with add-ons. The Moroccan international was hand-picked by the recently sacked Erik Ten Hag, under whom he had played at Ajax. After a steady start, the 27-year-old has played a key role in recent weeks, impressing Amorim with his consistent performances and versatility, while excelling in both full-back positions and as part of the back three. Having started all 3 games under the Portuguese and been shortlisted for United's November Player of the Month award, Mazraoui is expected to feature in Wednesday's Premier League clash with Arsenal. And speaking at Monday's pre-match press conference, Amorim lavished praise on the defender, identifying him as a key part of his long-term plans. Amorim said, "He's a top player, he knows how to attack, he's very technical, he's very good defensively and he's very good one-on-one. He's a modern player, I think he's the future of our team. When you think about him, you think we need more players like Noussair that can control the tempo. They are really, really good and comfortable with the ball. So, Noussair, I'm really happy with him." However, Amorim admitted that the Morocco international doesn't necessarily shine during training sessions. The Portuguese boss revealed, "In training I don't see him a lot, but in games he's a top player, because he understands the game. He has appeared in 20 matches so far this season, managing to provide assists against Brighton and in the recent Europa League win over Bodo Glimt." Mazraoui was an integral player under ex-Red Devils boss Ten Hag at Ajax, making 137 appearances on his way to winning 3 Eredivisie titles. Having moved on from the Netherlands, Mazraoui played 55 matches for Bayern Munich across 2 seasons in Germany, but he found himself sidelined too often once Thomas Tuchel took charge of the Bundesliga giants, which prompted him to seek a move elsewhere. Nevertheless, he picked up a Bundesliga title in 2022-23 and played an important role as Bayern reached the Champions League semi-finals in 2023-24. We want your views, Reds. You can become even more involved with our Man United coverage by signing up. This will unlock a whole host of things, including joining the comments and taking part in our special Quandus, where you can speak directly to our reporters about what's happening at Old Trafford this week and beyond.